over there.
All right, so let's get one market opinion in now. Amar Ambani, the head of research at IIFL, joins in to discuss a lot of the mid-cap stocks that he covers and also the markets as a whole. Amar, hi, good morning. Good speaking with you. I was going through your latest report where you do mention that now the market is currently laying the foundation for a big bull rally, which we will see in the years to come. So, do you think that the market should be unfazed by all of the global volatility and the headwinds that we're facing?
So, what happens is most people focus on the title. So, while the title does say that, it will lay the foundation, clearly in the near to medium term, there are going to be a lot of headwinds. So, we cannot rule out what's happening around the globe. And obviously, the US Fed rate hike will have an impact. As far as I'm concerned, I believe that it is also an indication of, US beginning to do well. And therefore, I think once this event is behind us, I think the markets will breathe a lot easy. I think the more worrying thing is what China does to try and prop up its economy. And if, they do devalue their currency once again, while they've said that, they have no intention of doing it, but there is all possibility if they see their growth slowing down significantly. So in that case, I think these global factors could lead to a lot of sell-off in global equities, including emerging markets. And once you have emerging markets funds withdrawing, then all the emerging markets are painted with the same brush. And then you find every excuse that the government is not working. And obviously what we've seen that the corporate earnings have not, picked up so far. So I think these are all the headwinds in the near to medium term. But like you said, I do believe that the best is ahead of us. And we will see that unfold in the years to come. 2016 might be a difficult year as such because there are many things plus a few other states where BJP isn't too strong getting into elections. But overall, I think if you look at and if you use these dips, if at all you have a large correction that comes in suddenly, to buy good quality stocks, then I'm sure you'll do well. And which is why our conference today, we've called all mid-cap companies, because irrespective of the level of the index, there is a lot of interest in companies beyond the index, and we have some of the very good ones coming in and joining us today.
Okay. Well, actually, you have a very interesting set of stocks also that you have given us. Let me start with TVS, Sri Chakra. That part of the world is now in a very depressed state, but why do you like that stock?
So TVS, and I think some of the stocks that you might have in front of you, you're referring to the report that we published in Diwali. So TVS is of course not the company visiting us today in our conference.
Okay.
But we like this company because if you look at in terms of earnings, it's been doing very well. In terms of demand for its tires, it's been very high, whether it be in the OEM segment or the replacement segment, and the realizations also are going up, and they obviously benefit on the raw material front, and therefore I think margin expansion is also on the cards. So I think given the low valuations, this company can do phenomenally well, and the stock can possibly even give you returns which are 2x from current level if you hold for the long term.
Okay, so for your event today, you have City Union Bank, the management of City Union Bank that's participating. You have a buy on that stock as well. Banks are have been under pressure for a major part of this year, but you expect things to recover?
So City Union is not actually part of the conference today. It's Canfin Homes which is part of the conference.
Okay.
But yes, we have come up with a buy on City Union, and selectively these mid-cap, small-cap plays is something that we're extremely bullish on. Canfins, who's attending here today, they've seen their loan book go up 3x in the last 4 years or so since the time Mr. Rilango took over, and I think he's done a wonderful job in terms of growing their branch expansion network and also the DSA channel, and going forward too, from the level of about 10,000 crores currently, I think the loan book can triple in the coming years, and that's their target. and obviously a very clean portfolio because it's largely linked to home loans. The contribution of non-home is on the rise. It's gone up from 6% to 12%, and it'll inch higher possibly to about 16-18%. And that is where that incremental kick in on the net interest margins will come in too. So we're quite bullish on this stock, and we've seen a lot of interest from funds and HNIs in meeting this company.
Okay. What about Capital First? Are they coming to the conference? Your old report had a buy on that stock as well.
Yeah, so Capital First is already here and the meetings are underway. This is a company which is, you can compare it to Bajaj Finance in a way, the business model. But as far as valuations, it's at a significant discount to Bajaj Finance. Obviously, Bajaj is a much bigger company, but I think with Vaidyanathan at the top, and with the kind of governance and ownership of Warburg Pincus, I think over time the market will give it a much higher valuation than what it currently enjoys. And with Mr. Vaidyanathan coming in with the background of ICICI and his experience in managing big loan books and growing that kind of size, managing a 8-10,000 crore kind of loan book, out of which 45% in MSME, is not going to be a big challenge. In fact, they can grow it sizably at 30-40% also. The competition also there is not too high. So I think it's a very good business model. All their expansion is in place. So I think now you will see them deliver also on the ROA front, which we think will inch upwards and significantly at a discount, like I said. So this is one other company that we like.
Okay. Another
well, our
company,
team is reminding us that Reliance Communication board meeting today at 2 p.m. to discuss stake sale in the tower business. That's been long coming, much awaited. Any views on this, Amar? The entire ADAG pack has been doing well because of deleveraging in several companies, Reliance Infra as well. Now this is the Reliance Communication board meeting. Anything you like in that pack?
So we have not really in voice, but we have Tata Communications, which is here in our conference today, and again there's a lot of interest there. Their wholesale business where the B2B is doing very well, and I think that will be a steady state there when it comes to the international calling. The voice business is also doing decent. I think the big kicker comes from data, and we'll see a big jump in the data business, whether it be the managed services or whether it be the network business. So I think this is the area which is most interesting and what investors want to know. So this is a company again in this pack that I would like, but not so much Arcom or even the other large operators like Bharti. I don't think there is much upside there, and there are just too many things that need to fall in place for these stocks to deliver meaningful returns, especially given the current market scenario.
All right, Amar, you have a good day and a good conference. We've run out of time, but we would have loved to chat some more. Thanks for giving us some of those ideas. So those are the top mid-cap buy ideas that IIFL has in their mid-cap conference today. But let's talk about the global markets once again, because that's the key reason why our own markets are under pressure.